Bring those women to their knees. Hey, it's Peter Griffin here, your favorite fragrant buffoon. Today, we're diving headfirst into my most complimented colognes, the ones that get more action than Lois at a clam chowder buffet. This ain't just for fancy noses with more collections than Brian has bad decisions. This is for every guy out there who wants to ditch the stench and become a walking compliment magnet. First up, we got Yves Saint Laurent's La Nuit de l'Homme Eau de Toilette. Now, this ain't your grandpa's aftershave, Lois. This is like a sophisticated catnip for the ladies. Imagine this, fresh cardamom that packs a punch like a Peter Punch line, blended with juicy bergamot that'll leave you feeling brighter than Cleveland after a Browns win. Hey, those are rare these days. Then comes the lavender, smooth and calming like a trip to the spa, but without all that cucumber water mumbo jumbo. This fragrance is basically a tuxedo in a bottle, perfect for those steamy date nights when you want to impress your Lois without going full-on Quagmire. Next on the menu, we have Dolce & Gabbana's The One Eau de Parfum. This cologne is basically a James Bond introduction. It oozes sophistication with a hint of danger. Amber adds a touch of warmth, like a crackling fireplace on a cold night, while the tobacco whispers of old-fashioned masculinity, but way less dusty than that pile of magazines under the couch. Ginger and cardamom kick in with a spicy little twist, and the grapefruit keeps it all from getting too stuffy, like a stuffy stewie trapped in a bank vault. This cologne is for the guy who wants to turn heads and make an entrance that'd leave even Lois speechless, and that's saying something. Now, we're getting into the serious business with the trifecta of powerhouses. Dior Sauvage, Y by Yves Saint Laurent, and Bleu de Chanel. These bad boys have more versions than a software update, but they all pack a punch that'll knock your socks off, and maybe a few other things too. Sauvage is the wild card, all about fresh grapefruit and spicy pepper that'll leave you feeling like you just wrestled a mountain lion, but in a good way. YSL's Y is more on the mysterious side, with a smoky incense vibe that's perfect for those late-night rendezvous with a certain red-headed report. And Bleu de Chanel, that's the smooth operator, with fresh citrus and woody notes that'll make you feel like $1,000,000, even if your wallet looks like Peter's pocket after a trip to the casino. All right, enough with the metaphors. We're on to Azzaro Wanted, a fragrance that's got more boldness than me after a six-pack of Pawtucket Patriot Ale. This bad boy hits you with a blast of citrus like a lemon war gone wild, but then settles into a warm base of tonka bean and amberwood that's as comforting as a hug from Brian, minus the shedding, hopefully. There's even a hint of apple and ginger to keep things interesting, like a surprise trip to Vegas with Quagmire, although that might not always end well. This cologne is all about making a statement, so if you want to stand out from the crowd and leave a lasting impression, this is your weapon of choice. Hold your horses, beautiful people, because before we move on, let's talk about the subscribe and like button for a sec. Hitting those bad boys is like giving a thumbs up at the Clam Chowder Emporium. It shows you appreciate the good stuff, and hey, it might just earn you some extra points with the fragrance gods. Alright, back to the scents. For those who like things a little spicier than a Peter Pepperoni, we have Viktor&Rolf's Spicebomb. This fragrance is like a cologne version of a spicy meatball. It's got the rich warmth of tobacco and cinnamon, with a surprising kick of pink pepper that'll wake you up faster than a Stewie invention. It's perfect for those cold winter nights when you want to feel like you're curled up by the fireplace with a mug of hot cocoa, but way more exciting. Just be careful not to go overboard. A little goes a long way with this one. Or you might end up clearing the room faster than Peter at a PTA meeting. Now, if you're looking for something a bit more refreshing, Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme is your guy. This cologne is like a breath of fresh air after a trip to the clam factory. Imagine a mix of juicy mandarin and sweet orange that hits you like a triumphant Z touchdown dance. Then comes the cool mint, like a shiver down your spine on a summer day, but in the best way possible. The tonka bean adds a hint of creamy sweetness, like the vanilla frosting on Lois's famous cupcakes, but way less likely to cause a sugar crash. This fragrance is perfect for the active guy who wants to smell amazing even after a hard day's work, whether it's chasing Meg around the house or trying to escape a giant chicken. Hey, it happens. Next up, we got Polo Red Extreme by Ralph Lauren. This cologne is like a shot of espresso in the morning. It'll jolt you awake with a powerful blast of coffee and blood orange. The ebony wood adds a touch of sophistication, like a finely tailored suit, but without the whole stuffy businessman vibe. This is the perfect pick-me-up for those days when you're feeling sluggish, like me after a night of takeout and reruns. Just a spritz of this will have you feeling ready to take on the day, even if all you're taking on is a trip to the grocery store for more clams. Now, for the fragrance connoisseurs out there, we have Parfums de Marly Percival. This cologne is like a fancy invitation to a high society soiree. The lavender adds a touch of classic elegance, while the ambroxan and hydione create a smooth, mysterious base that'll have people sniffing you out like Brian on the trail of a good chin scratch. The orange keeps things from getting too serious, like a playful wink amidst all the refinement. This cologne is for those special occasions when you want to impress the pants off someone, literally, if you're lucky. Finally, we've got Molecule EO1 and EO2 by Eccentric Molecules. These fragrances are the science experiment of the bunch. Imagine a single magical aroma chemical that somehow transforms into a captivating scent. Molecule EO1 is all about ISO-A Super, a molecule that smells like clean wood and a hint of musk, like a walk through a freshly cut forest after a summer rain. Molecule O2 is all about ambroxan, which creates a warm, ambery scent that's both inviting and intriguing. These ain't your typical colognes, but for the adventurous guy who wants something unique, they're a surefire way to turn heads and start a conversation. Hopefully not about the science behind it all. So there you have it, fellas. My top 10 most complimented fragrances, guaranteed to make you smell irresistible and turn you into the Lois Lane to someone's Superman or Lois Griffin to Peter's, depending on your perspective. Remember, smelling good is like having a superpower. It boosts your confidence and makes people want to be around you. So go forth, spritz yourself with confidence. Until next time, stay fresh.